What's going on, gamers? This is DBM Gamer here, and there's a special event going on right now in the tower at the moment. If you happen to manage to get your way up into the tower and head in the direction of the Vanguard, you'll notice that Xur of the Nine has shown up. He's hanging out there, I think, all weekend. But the minute that I walked up to Xur, man, my mind started racing. So I wanted to know, who is Xur and what is the Nine? But before I can get into any of that, I've got to get to my shoutouts. My shoutouts is how I show appreciation back to the community that has gotten me this far. And to get on my shoutout list, all you have to do is just drop a really good comment or just drop a subscription. Now, bearing that in mind, I want to give shoutouts to Vanessa B, UKH Theories, Kinston, Shadow Wilson, Blue Lightning Photography, Craig Jensen, Andrea Nelson, Kenneth Robertson, Tony Martin, and Michael Montgomery. So, like everybody else, I went to the tower when I heard that Bungie said that Xur was possibly hanging around the tower. And when I walked up to him, the first thing I noticed was, this guy is not a human, this guy is not an exo, this guy is not an awoken. He's something completely different. He's not even an alien race. So I spent some time just standing around him, just seeing what he would say, seeing if maybe he would give me some clues as to anything going on around him. And he let this little nugget of information slip. He says, "I am only an agent. The Nine rule beyond the Jovians." So him saying that kind of makes me think that he is of a race called the Jovians. And the next big thing that he managed to slip out was my movements are to a significant degree dependent on the planetary alignments. Now, this is a very easy way for Bungie to kind of explain away as to why he's not always going to be in the tower, because he does have a timetable, since he is a kind of a black market type vendor and he's selling some really good stuff. But I got to thinking as to, well, how did he possibly get here? And then he goes on to say, "I think the cells of this body are dying, and that some of the cells in this body began on this world. How strange to return." So him saying that means that the Jovians may have actually been on Earth at one point in time. So this got me curious, because I do remember an area within Russia known as the Jovian Complex. So I made a quick trip over there, and as you can see, this is the path that you would take to manage to get in that area. But it's walled off by a door. And I did not realize this, but this is actually another area that is hidden away from the game that we don't have access to just yet. So what I did was I hunted around YouTube and I found a YouTuber, and I'll put the link right in the video. But these guys actually managed to get beyond the door. And I'm not going to show what's beyond the door for people who don't want to see spoilers. But I do want you to see this one screenshot. And this struck me as kind of odd. You can see that these three crystals are in a formation. Could this possibly be a teleporter? I don't know. Mysteries abound with this game, I tell you. Since Xur is a representative of the Nine, I was curious as to exactly what is the Nine. So I found this off of a Grimoire card actually within the game. The Nine are survivors of the Cisjovian colonies who made a pact with the alien force to ensure their own survival. So that shows you right there that yes, the Jovians and the Nine are related. The Nine are deep orbit war minds who weathered the collapse in hardened stealth platforms. So the Nine also have a computer system helping them out, similar to the Rasputin's computer system mentioned within the game. The Nine are an ancient Leviathan intelligence from the seas of Europa. The Nine arrived in a mysterious transmission from the direction of the Corona Borealis supercluster. The Nine are the firstborn awoken, and their minds now race down the field lines of Jupiter's flux tube. The Nine are ghosts, who pierced the deep black without a ship and meditated on the hissing silence of the heliopause. The Nine are the aspects of the darkness, broken by the traveler's rebuke, working to destroy us from within. The Nine is the viral language of pure meaning. The Nine are the shadows left by the annihilation of the transcendent shape, burned into the weft of what is. So to say that the Nine is a lot of different things is a mouthful. This Grimoire card is actually broken up into 9 different small phrases that I just said. To read all of that, you would think that the Nine is a fairly complex system of war minds and Awoken and Jovian colonists. It's a pretty complex system by everything that it seems here. And even Xur himself manages to say, I cannot explain what the Nine are. They are very large. I cannot explain. The fault is mine, not yours. And the last really unusual thing that Xur manages to say out of a lot of different phrases that caught my attention was this. The Nine wish to speak to you. Well, alright guys, that's all I have for today. If you like this type of content, feel free to drop a like or a comment. Or if you want to see more, just hit that subscribe button. But as always guys, have a good one.